faith in the aspect of security. That's why they'll go around, you know, in search of guns and all that. Some of them unlicensed. What would it mean?
For your information, Linda, we have, the reason why we have a government is so that we can delegate some of the functions to some people. Yeah. Otherwise, if it becomes everybody for himself, you know, then we stop being a nation and we stop being a state, you know, and we just become something else, right? So small arms is a big challenge, correctly, not in Kenya, in our region, you know, and the use of proliferation of illegal firearms in the wrong hands is part of the challenge we are facing with even the cattle rustlers, the terrorists, and all these other criminal operators. And that is why I said earlier in the Kiswahili interview that we have purposed ourselves. And the CS, Professor Kindiki, his peers, Mr. Omolo, are properly guided on what we should do as government to rein in on these runaway crooks and ensure that we deal with them decisively. We have made huge strides. As I told you, I was in Baringo in December, and they were saying for the last 7 months we have slept, you know. But let me also tell you that it is not over until it is over. So we will keep upping our game. There is need for us to upgrade some of the equipments we are using. There is need for us to enhance our mobility for our security forces. It boils down to the budget, you know, and that is why I am really focused on sorting out the economy, because that way we will have the resources to sort out our roads, to sort out our security, and to sort out the things that are dear.
CS Kindiki Kithure says, and I quote, "We cannot afford to have a country where citizens live in constant fear, and we will not spare any effort, even if it means using the KDF. The Constitution dictates that the KDF are then released only as a last resort, and of course to restore peace, but with approval of the National Assembly. Article 241, 3C of the Constitution. Is the banditry menace as bad and severe such that the government would consider KDF?"
It is serious, but it hasn't reached the threshold for us to go to Parliament to get KDF involved. We, however, are sharing information, you know, from intelligence from all sides. We are sharing facilities and resources, you know. And in some of the areas, we are making the decision that it's good to have security installations in some of these areas. Like, for example, in that whole North Rift, we're going to have some of the training facilities for our security agencies to cement government presence in some of those areas, and to make sure that whenever we need to deploy, we are not deploying from afar. So there will be, for example, a garrison being built up by the army in Lodwar. There will be another garrison that will be built in the Suguta Valley to make sure that people feel, you know, because security is also presence, you know, real presence. So we are deploying, sorry, all manner of interventions and strategies to make sure that we manage our security.
Why don't we have a commission that, of course, a commission of inquiry that then would look into the extrajudicial killings, now that you mentioned the Rivayala cases and as well the involvement of IPOA and IMLUs and all that?
I already had a thorough meeting with IPOA, and we have agreed with them that it is not necessary for me to establish another task force when IPOA is there, and it is squarely within their mandate to tell us how did Kenyans end up being killed in this manner. And then it was business as usual. 30 bodies in Yala, there's 17 bodies in Garissa. I don't know how many bodies were. You know, people, you know, there